I've said a lot less today.
I hate people that use GoFundMe accounts.
Yeah, I hate GoFundMe accounts.
How's that underlying hum? Is that one good?
What am I going to do with my hands? They're going to be right in the mix, aren't they?
Oh,
No, they're not
Ricky Bobby.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Torpedo 7, the choice of champions.
Oh no, the logo's not. Oh, I have to use left-handed. So. Welcome to the last Freeride New Zealand TV episode before the World Champs, the final round. Today with us we have the usual co-host, Kieran Bennett, and fresh from Rio, Jono Drew.
How's it going?
Good, thanks. Yeah, real good, thanks.
Good.
Thanks for joining us here in Christchurch on such a lovely day as well.
It's a stunner, eh?
It's a real good day. We are perched on the top of the Christchurch Adventure Park access road. Yep, right on the outside edge of it, pretty much.
Yeah. Actually, just on the inside edge where we can probably get arrested, so it's all good.
We'll cut that part. So let's talk about firstly a race that you didn't watch, and that was Mont Saint Anne in Canada.
I'll be over here.
Did you watch it? Yeah, I did. I watched it live even because it was on at a reasonable hour of the day. 5 a.m. No, I didn't watch the woman. Okay. So I cut that. Alright, yeah. How'd you find? I'd like to just point out at this early stage in the show that this is the best my prediction's been yet. No, I picked Greg Minnaar, then Aaron Gwynn, and then Loic Bruni, but it was Danny Hart, Aaron Gwynn, and Loic Bruni. So 2 out of 3, and in their right positions as well. So I can't remember who I picked, so yeah. I'd say I probably said Minnaar for the win though. Yeah. I generally do. Yeah.
It's good to see Danny go for the two-peat as well. That's good for the repeat. So
straight into the guessing.
Yeah.
Is he going to do a hat trick?
Yeah. I'm all about it. I reckon Danny's going to be all over it, eh?
Your team Danny?
I'm team Danny. Danny's a legit fella, and once his head gets in the right space, I reckon he's got it, eh? So he's that kind of loose, and we're talking about Val Nord now? We're talking about Andorra?
Yep.
Andorra is that kind of loose that it might suit Danny. So, it's got the long steep straights and that where Danny can just let it go. So
When were you last at Andorra?
I was there when Remy won. So that was what, 2016? 14 I was there. Yeah.
I was there last year when Loic took his World Champs win.
Yeah.
I was there in 2009. Nice. How was it back
7
then?
years ago.
Completely different. We raced at the top of the hill on a track that just sidled around. It was kind of shit.
Oh, I remember that.
Every time you bust out a number, I'm like, you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. Kieran Bennett started racing when he was 6 years old, World Cups.
Yeah.
How was the Olympics?
It was cool, man. Yeah, it was real fun.
What was the best event for you to film?
I saw Usain Bolt run 3 times, and that's just something next level.
He high-fived you?
It is. No, he
First bump?
No. He talked to the presenter that I was working with, so that kind of
Andrew Mulligan.
That's like a media fist bump, really.
Did you see any mountain biking while you were there?
No, I saw the course, and then I saw the course on fire, and then I saw the course not on fire but look half burnt, and then I went to the BMX.
Okay.
So no, I was busy with the athletics and another assignment when the mountain bike was on, but Sam Gaze had a massive blowout.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for him, he had 2 flat tyres and a massive mechanical. Just ended his day, and he was real confident too.
He was, because he went into it being the under 23 world champ.
Yeah.
Literally just waiting for that beep and the dogs to finish bailing a pig. It's atmospheric. It really adds to. It is a very quiet evening up here on the hill, though.
I'm amazed you can't hear the big city that's right behind us. It's amazing.
It is a big city as well. Christchurch is really up and coming.
There's a whole bunch of shit on fire over there, eh?
Yeah. So, I was pretty impressed with Loic coming back for a third. Yeah. Like, obviously, he's always strong, but, he's missed a lot of the season. So I was fairly confident in him, but I wasn't sure he'd come back for a podium spot, and that was a really good ride by him. And he's a champ, eh? Yeah. Like, he rode really good for a first race back, so it was good to see. Look, sure, first podium, that was awesome. he's been getting stronger and stronger, and I think he's going to be a good fit with the syndicate next year by the sounds of things. So yeah.
Really? Coming off the old Santa Cruz SRAM thing.
Yeah, I'd say he'll be the third guy.
Oh wait, is this confirmed or are you just
Oh,
calling it?
I'm pretty confident.
That's a big call.
There's nothing official, but he's been riding with Manara all season, so. And he's been.
You heard it here
yeah.
first. Well, he says it.
Sandhill's officially racing enduro now.
I made that call about 2 days before he announced that he was racing enduro for the rest of the season with James Rennie actually.
Yeah.
I was like, Hill's done next year. He won't race downhill again. He's like, do you reckon? I'm like, yeah, he's going full AWS, and then not that this is confirming, but
How much of that can I use? How
All
much
of
would
it.
I have to cut out?
probably just cut all of it. It's probably useless.
Great.
No, I would say obviously the press release came out the other day saying that Hill's not racing not racing Andorra or Val de Sol. He didn't get picked for the Australian Worlds team for the first time in 15 years.
Do you think that means he's going to come back and race select stuff next year, or he's going to try and do another full circuit with a fresh head? Or
I don't think we'll see him racing downhill
right.
again. The way he's been riding enduro this year, it wouldn't surprise me. He will probably make more money if he commits to a full enduro season.
Yeah.
My other calls are Harry Heath. He's done.
Yeah.
That's been announced.
Yep.
Okay, so I went to Andorra last year, had a really good time, saw Loic win. I would like to see him win there again because I'm a fan.
Yep.
If I had to pick my top 3 for Andorra this year, 2016, not World Champs, just the final World Cup, I'm probably going to. I want Loic to come first again, so I'm going to vote Loic first place. Maybe Danny Hart can get in the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Manar's a good choice, but then so's Aaron Gwynn. I can't pick 4, so I'm probably going to get rid of Danny Hart because there'll be too much pressure. Although he likes pressure.
Cool. I'm pretty close. I'm going to go Bruni, Danny, and then Manar.
Solid.
That's my top 3 in that order.
Just going to do a quick Google check. Remy Tyrion's not hurt, is he?
I don't believe so.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go to Loic, and then I'm going to go Danny and Manar. Did you just go?
That's exactly what I just called.
You guys just called that.
Yeah.
That's a twofer. It means
It's going to happen.
If I called it, which I'm not.
No, because it won't happen.
Loic was he was so strong there last year.
Yeah.
He won Worlds by I think it was over 2 seconds.
And he was third, coming back after
Broken
3 rounds
collarbone.
of injury. So
Yeah.
And
Kid's
then
mentally strong, eh?
he's looking good.
that track I think will be good for Danny. The way he's been riding, the confidence that he's got at the moment.
That's
it's
it.
steep, it's rough.
The way it opens up in sort of the last part into the finish line and the long straights before it, that just has Danny Hart written all over it.
Although I feel like Manar and Gwyn,
Yeah, the
Could-
big guys.
those two, but I reckon one of them will probably take it.
Gwyn, I feel like historically hasn't had that good of a run there. I don't think he's never won at Andorra. And I just don't even really remember him, pulling podiums really or anything sort of significant. So
I'll wait and see.
I just,
you can never rule him out though,
I'm
can you?
putting Remy Tyrion into my top 3 at least.
Okay, so what's your top 3?
I'm going to say Danny's going to win it.
Ooh.
I say Danny's going to win it. Tyrion. Probably Gwyn.
Yep.
Probably Gwyn.
That's a strong top 3.
That's a strong 3. I reckon Remy's Remy's done it before there.
Yeah, Remy was popular last year for the win.
Yeah, and there was a lot of pressure on him for the World Champs, and an unbelievable amount of pressure.
Yeah.
From sponsors and
Common
public.
Sales hometown.
Well, yeah, Common Sales really, really close by, and he's on. Well, last year at the Worlds, he was on every single billboard. It was his town. It was his get race to lose, which was really unfortunate. But this one, I think he might have flown a bit under the radar. But I think people will still be saying that it's his because it's hometown of Commensale and they'll really want him to win. But I just think he's flown a bit more under the radar. The impressions on everyone else, they're looking at everyone else at the moment with Danny and Gwyn and Manar and all those guys like you guys are. So I think Tyrion's got a little bit of less pressure. A track he knows he can win on, even if they've changed it up a wee bit. He still knows he can win on that sort of soil and could tear it down.
Yeah.
That new bike that they've got is unreal. So and it's working for him. So could happen.
Yeah, so what's your wild card then? I want to call that just kind of off what you said.
Yeah.
George Brannigan.
Yeah.
George is the ultimate wild card for any race, anywhere.
But he's got the local bike and it is working well, and he's actually had a really good season.
Yeah.
Despite the big crashes, when he's not been crashing, he's been.
Didn't he have
up.
a massive stinger in Whistler though? Hasn't he whacked his head real recently?
Yeah.
Oh, again?
Yeah, the whip off.
And the whip
He
off head.
ripped
Oh
it.
yeah, and he almost got hit by Eddie
Matt
and
Walker.
someone else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would normally say that George is the ultimate wild card, but not with a real smack to the head recently.
I'm gonna say Lucas Shaw.
Okay.
I've been pretty impressed with him this season. He's been really strong. Got that podium, so he's got a bit of confidence there. And I'm gonna throw Blinky in the mix too.
Yeah.
Not that he should be I feel like he shouldn't really be called a wild card because he is so damn good, but
Yeah.
he hasn't had a really great season. He had a good result at Mount St. Anne, back in the top 10, but he was good there last year at World Champs. I think he was 7th.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I think you could see Blinky finish up on the podium.
Yeah.
Because he's the last few races he's been really good. So
There's kind of nothing to lose here as well.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you got world champs so close by, but anyone who's had a season where they're not in the points at the top could be looking towards world champs and just might write this one off the touch.
Yeah. I don't think that's in Blinky's mentality.
No,
though.
exactly. Blinky's 100%.
He's 100% everywhere.
Yeah.
So goggles included.
Pay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I didn't pick Lewick in my top 3, so I'm going to say wildcard's Lewick because I had him in reserve,
Okay.
and he's probably not a wildcard. He should
Really
be in
not a
my top
wild card though.
No,
Is he?
Nah.
he's
like
the previous winner.
three. Yeah.
He's a front runner.
All right then, I'll just go right out in the back blocks and say I'm Neil Stewart from Scotland, FMD Racing. Get after it. That kid's loose.
I just like to point out, taking one from the back is the definition of a wild
Yeah,
card.
that is wildcard as, eh? He could do it. Why not?
Yeah,
Get it done, Neil. Sort it out.
that's what we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
So, one of our unfounded opinions is that Danny Hart couldn't win the overall, but we did some maths and Danny Hart can win the overall. Did we work out what he needs?
Yeah, Gwyn needs to have the most ultimate of ultimate blowouts. It's like he has to lose a rear wheel and still not be able to run.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
He
it-
has to have a big blowout, and so does Troy Brosnan.
Okay.
Brosnan needs to have a fairly big blowout because they're within a couple of 100 points of each other. And then Danny can get up there if he wins
So
seeding
if Danny
and
got
race.
Yeah, if Danny got qualifying and won the race, and those two had a bad day on the hill,
A
then
real bad day.
Danny
Let's
Hart
quantify
would-
that as a real bad day.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, Danny's 172 points down of Gwyn. So 250 is the maximum you can take for a race weekend. That's qualifying and race. So it would be pretty difficult. Like, yeah, Aaron would have to have a really bad day.
What's your worst day racing, Kieran? And we're talking about technology wasn't that good when you were racing back in
Snapping a shock on the Garbanzo downhill. That was a pretty bad
the 90s.
one.
That's a long walk down.
Yeah, that was a long way down.
Yeah.
There's been multiple. It's hard to pinpoint one at this stage. Yeah.
So Kieran and I will be back next week with a little bit of a chat before
World champs.
World Champs.
Outta Soul.
And then, well, until then, you can catch me. I'll be on Freeride New Zealand on the social media. Kieran Bennett will be,
Kieran Bennett 36.
and Jono Drew.
Jono Drew, LKTV,
What does that stand for, Jono?
Local Knowledge Television.
What's that about?
That was a company I ran a wee while ago, then I went overseas, dissolved the company, haven't made it back up again, so I need to sort it out.
Coming soon.
Coming soon again.
So,
Again.
yeah, until next week.
Make some mountain bike DVDs.
Ka kite.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Good job, boys.
We actually, if you were a fan of the show, you would have
Hang on.
seen that Susie Cato was on the ending of one of the episodes.
You know, I did see something with Susie Cato there. Was it the whole episode where she talks about shit? We had to learn about that at film school. They taught us about it. It was fucking scary.
Can't say I remember that, but that's brilliant.